Hi, everyone. This is Caroline with the Expat Interviews Thriving Abroad, where I give you and myself an opportunity to talk to the most amazing people that are living their best lives all across the globe. It's so amazing to hear their stories. And today I want to take you to a fabulous city called Medellin, where we're going to talk with an expat who is just doing amazing things. Lester, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day to talk with me. Um,
Thank you. Thank you.
you are in the Medellin, like the Paisas say. Um, where were you from originally? How did you get to that beautiful country and city?
Yeah, I'm originally from Fort Valley, Georgia, but I've lived just as long in Florida. I went to FAMU and then I lived in Jacksonville for a number of years, and I lived in the DC area where I did government contracting, where I still do government contracting, but from here. And and
We
then
won't tell. We won't
I
tell
got
anybody.
I got sick, and I had like a eye-opening moment, whenever you're on your back type of deal, and once I got out of the hospital, I made some promises to myself, and then I moved to Panama for uh, for a year, and toward the end of my first year in Panama, a friend said, "Well, Rob, if you like Panama, you'll love Medellin." We came and visited for 1 week, and it's been going ever since. August will be 4 years.
Wow, that's amazing. And I think that most people that go to a place and they say, wow, this is it, it's just a feeling, right? Isn't it? You just get here and everything just
Right,
needs to click and you feel good and you just know it. Even if it's for 10 years or
right.
you just have that feeling. So you are in beautiful, fabulous Medellin. Um, and what are you doing? I mean, you're actually thriving. What's up? What are you doing there?
Yeah, we have recently opened up our second restaurant. We started with Sweet Georgia Cafe, which was a spinoff of a wonderful Thanksgiving celebration that me and my girlfriend here had, and so many Americans and Colombians came and had such a good time eating the food, and then we just kind of like said we need to keep this going, and we started we said we announced that night we're going to start a cafe, and I'm sure nobody believed us, but 6 months later it was up and running, and this month marks uh, the third year that we've been doing business at Sweet Georgia Cafe, and now we've got our second spot, which is a sports bar in Poblado, which is the tourist area, and that's Sweet Georgia Breakfast Sports Bar and Grill. So we're running both restaurants.
First, let me congratulate you. I'm so excited for you. Wow, not only one, but you're just running with it. That's very cool. What was it like in the beginning, briefly? I mean, did you have issues setting up in Colombia? I mean, had you been to Latin America before? Well, not Panama, I mean, excluding Panama, but I mean, did you spend enough time in another Latin American country or city to say, well, yeah, I'm accustomed to Latin American culture and I can just set up shop? Was that your experience?
No, this is really my first time. I've never been in the restaurant business. My girlfriend had been in the restaurant business, but I would say getting started this is probably the easiest business I've ever done, and I've been an entrepreneur since like '97. Um, this was probably my easiest business venture, just because you learn a lot from trial and error over the years, but most importantly because I did everything with good representation. Um, you know, working with a good law firm, and then pretty much all of the logistics I handle with, you know, with Latino speaking assistants, you know, be it my girlfriend or my lawyers or my, you know, personal assistants, and things just go smooth that way.
I love that. I love that. And that's important, that what you said. I think people should know that it's important to have representation and someone that you can trust also, because let's face it, it's a different country from maybe the US or the UK, wherever you're coming from. And, there's language differences, cultural differences. There's a lot of things that we have to take into consideration. So I'm so excited for you. You've got this breakfast place in a really nice part of town, and a lot of people may say, "Oh, Colombia, Medellin, cartels, drug activity." You know, what's to love about Medellin? I mean, how can we dispel some of those myths about, going to a country that's famous for cartels and drug activity and violence? What do you say to that? How do you respond?
I mean, that's the I guess there's a certain entertainment value in terms of keeping that going. But this is probably like, it feels like the safest place I've ever lived. I have the same feeling walking around my neighborhood here in Medellin that I did when I was like 15, before I had a car in Fort Valley, Georgia. Like it feels like home in terms of safety.
That's important to know. I live in Mexico, and I get the same bad rap too. Mexico, the drugs, and honestly, the town I live in is one of the safest cities in the Americas. So, and it's in Mexico. So go figure. So I hear a lot of buzzing and activity going on in the background. So I mean, how were the locals very receptive to you opening up an American style restaurant? I mean, is that something they can really groove with, this breakfast? What is your menu like? Just briefly. I mean, your typical, is it Georgia Southern type, or is it just American in general, your menu?
It started out just primarily breakfast, and then we added like chicken and waffles. Once we got the fried chicken going, it became real Southern, and now we have like all types of good soul food. Like this year we rolled out our soul food dinner menu, which includes oxtail and salmon and baked chicken and collard greens and candy yams and macaroni and cheese, and that's just been a big hit. And we just recently did a local TV show for a whole week, in which they showcased in Spanish how we cook the food. So we're expecting, a lot of Colombian interest. It took about, I'd say, in my cafe location, we really picked up a lot in terms of Colombian business. I mean, our price point is a little higher for the average Colombian, but they come when they can afford it, and it's like once they try it, they love it, and they don't stop coming.
Yeah, like a special treat. Let's go out.
It's hard to get them to try it though.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Right.
But so there is a large expat community in Medellin, so I'm sure you get a lot of clientele that already eager and happy to see familiar food in town.
Yes. And that's that's.
No, go ahead. I was going to ask you about.
I was going to say, like, that's our whole mission. That's our whole mission, is to be, we want to be everywhere in the world, or maybe not everywhere in the world, but everywhere on this side of the world where people are missing American food. I mean, that was the concept, because this food was being cooked for me, and I wanted to share it with all my friends. And so that's what started.
And the sports bar, I bet, is going to take off. Colombians love sports. I mean, Americans and other expats and other countries do too, but I know the Colombians, they love them some sports. So I'm pretty sure that's going to be a big hit once, people start to catch on. And The last thing I wanted to ask you is, do you have motivational words for someone who is contemplating maybe a move abroad? Let's just say they want to get away from where they're living, whether it be the US or the UK or some other country where they're feeling like, you know what, it's time for a change. What advice could you give that person that is on the fence, thinking to themselves, it's time to change my lifestyle?
I mean, first of all, I think everyone needs to understand that, the uh, the creator of this world did not draw lines, man did. So the birds still chirp here, the water's still wet, and it's so much like home. It's like in a lot of ways, the way home used to be, and so they don't have to be so much concerned about nationalism as much as just coming to enjoy a cheaper price point in terms of cost of living, probably friendlier people, definitely healthier food, and most importantly, a opportunity to get out of the like for me, to get out of the rat race that was killing me. So it's like, I was one of those business professionals that, if I didn't listen to my body, I probably would have had a heart attack. So you have to listen to the signs, and like, don't be afraid.
I like that. That's great advice. I think that's what all of the expats and people that are thriving abroad have to say. Just, do what feels best. And if we would like to
Right.
connect with you, someone that might be coming into Medellin, how can we connect with you? Where do we find you?
Yeah, we're on. I think the easiest way to connect with us is on Facebook and Instagram. We have, you can just Google Sweet Georgia. Google Sweet Georgia Cafe, or look us up on Facebook. And we have pages for both restaurants. And we're also at sweetgeorgiacafe.com.
Okay, so we can go to the website as well. Lester, you are amazing. You're fabulous. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Many blessings to you. Keep thriving and doing your thing in Medellin. And we look forward to connecting with you when we're in that beautiful city. And all the best.
All right, and we might be coming to see you in Mexico soon.
Oh yeah, you got to come down. You got to come down. All righty, thank you.
All right, take care.
Bye. Thank you for watching. And if you'd like to see more of our amazing expat interviews, make sure you hit the like button and you subscribe. Thank you for watching.